Good day, everyone. Today we're going to discuss the chapter 4, which is Production and Supply Chain Management Information Systems. I am Myrell Alicante and I am the first reporter. So first, we have to know the learning objectives. After completing this chapter, we will be able to describe the steps in the production planning process of high-volume manufacturer such as fitter-snacker. Describe fitter-snacker's production and materials management problems, and explain how structured supply chain management planning process enhances efficiency and decision-making. Last, understand how production planning data in ERP system can be shared with suppliers to increase supply chain efficiency. In Chapter 2, we learned that Enterprise Resource Planning or ERP has its roots in Materials Requirements Planning or MRP, process and software. Materials Requirements Planning and the extensions of that process to partners in the supply chain are important parts of today's ERP system. In fact, effective supply chain management is critical to the success of companies such as Fitter-Snacker. So in this chapter, we will first examine how Fitter manages its production activities, and then we will explore some supply chain management function in ERP system, and we will also look at the broader concept of supply chain management. In Chapter 3 naman, we look at Fitter's sales order process and we assume that Fitter had enough snack bars in its warehouse to fill a typical order. So like most unintegrated manufacturing operations, however, Fitter often has problems scheduling production. Consequently, sometimes its warehouse is not adequately stocked and customer orders cannot be filled in a timely fashion, leading to customer dissatisfaction and lost sales. So in this chapter, we will explore Fitter's supply chain management problems and learn how ERP can fix or solve the problem. To efficiently meet customer demand, Fitter must develop an estimate of customer demand and then develop a production schedule to meet the forecasted demand. Developing a production plan is a complicated task, but the end result answers two simple questions. First, how many of each type of snack bar should we produce and when? Second is, what quantities of raw materials should we order so we can meet that level of production, and when should they be ordered? Developing a good production plan is just the first step. Fitter must also be able to execute the plan and make adjustment when customer demand does not meet the forecast. So an ERP system is a good tool for developing and executing production plans because it integrates the function of production planning, purchasing, materials management and warehousing, quality management, sales, and accounting. To support even better supply chain management, companies can connect ERP system to supplier and customer for information system as well. The goal of production planning is to schedule production economically so a company can ship goods to its customers by the compromised delivery dates in the most cost-efficient manner. So there are three general approaches to production: the make to stock, make to order, and assemble to order. Make to stock made for inventory the stock in anticipation of sales order. So in make to stock, the environment finished goods are built in advance and stored. Then the production plans may be based upon sales forecast or historical demand, and it associated with the industrial revolution of mass production techniques wherein anticipation of demand demand, significant quantities of finished goods are produced and stocked. So make-to-stock is frequently considered as an appropriate solution for high-volume products where the demand is well-known or easily predicted. Next is make-to-order. So make-to-order produced to fill specific customer orders. Or make-to-order or build-to-order, a production approach where once a confirmed order for products is received from the customer, products are started to purchase or build. This approach or make-to-order approach is considered good for highly configured products like computer servers and aircrafts. The last one is assemble to order. Assemble to order items are produced using a combination of make-to-stock and make-to-order process. So, assemble-to-order product is built based on customers' specifications from a stock of existing subcomponents. And usually, there is a prefix set of finished goods from which customers must choose. This is the Fitter-Snacker's manufacturing process. Snack bar line can produce 200 bars a minute or per minute or 12,000 bars per hour. So each bar weighs 4 ounces. Product 48 ounces per hour or 3,000 pounds per hour. Entire production line operates on one shift a day, and Fitter-Snacker's production sequence or capacity, the number of bars that can be produced. Fitter's production sequence. Raw materials are taken from the warehouse to one of 4 mixers. Each mixer mixes dough in 5,000-pound batches. Mixing a batch of dough requires 15 minutes of mixing time plus another 15 minutes to unload, clean, and load the mixer for the next batch of dough. Therefore, each mixer can produce two 500 pounds batches of dough per hour. That means the 4 mixers can produce a total of 4,000 pounds of dough per hour, more than the production line can process. Because only 3 mixers need be operating at a time to produce 3,000 pounds of snack bars per hour, a mixer breakdown will not shut down the production line. After mixing, the dough is dumped into a hopper or into a bin at the beginning of the snack bar production line. A forming mechanism molds the dough in bars, which will weigh 4 ounces each. Next, an automated process takes the formed bars on a conveyor belt through an oven that bakes the bars for 30 minutes. When the bars emerge from the oven, they are individually packaged in a foil wrapper, and each group of 24 bars is packaged into a display box with 12 display boxes packed to a case. At the end of the snack bar line, display boxes are stacked on pallets. For larger orders, the display boxes are first packed into shipping boxes, which are then stacked on the pallets. Switching the production line from the one type of snack bar to the other takes 30 minutes for cleaning the equipment and changing the wrappers, display boxes, and shipping cases. Each night, a second shift of employees clean all the equipment thoroughly and sets it up for the next day's production. Thus, changing production from NRGA on one day to NRGB and next day can be done at the end of the day without the loss of capacity. So, yung tinatawag na capacity dito, the maximum amount of bars that can be produced. On the other hand, producing 2 products in one day result in a half-hour loss of capacity during the changeover. So, in summary, snack bar line produces 200 bars per minute and 3,000 pound per hour. The production line operates for 1 8-hour shift per day and the raw materials are mixed in 4 mixers, then the mixers can produce 4,000 pounds of dough per hour. So, excess capacity protects snack bar line from shutting down if a mixer breaks. The 4-ounce snacks are packed 24 to a display box with 12 display boxes packed to a case. So, changing from NRGA to NRGB bars takes 30 minutes. Feeders Snackers production problem. Feeder Snackers production problem is has problems on deciding how many bars to make and when to make them. Then next is the Feeder Snackers' main production problems are in the areas of communication problems and inventory problems. So when we say communication problem, Feeder Snackers marketing and sales personnel do not share information with production personnel. And production personnel find it hard to deal with sudden increases in demand. Might cause shortages or stock out. Communication problem exists in most companies, magnified in a company without an integrated information system. At Feeder Snacker, marketing and production do not communicate or coordinate planning. So walang coordination and communication planning. So production is not always informed of sales promotions or unexpected planned orders. And it can result in depleted inventory over time production, expedited shipments, and materials shortages. Production may not inform marketing about plan maintenance, which will reduce the production. Next is the inventory problems. So inventory problems, production manager lacks systematic method for meeting anticipated sales demand and adjusting production to reflect actual sales. So production manager schedules production based on experience rather than formal planning techniques. Primarily, compares current warehouse inventory levels with normal values. May include informal communication with marketing personnel. Inventory information is not available in real time and does not recognize inventory that has been sold but not shipped. Inventory available to commit to future orders is not known.